Coach, as we preview a matchup against Francis Marion, you know the history of this series. Is there a little extra that goes into a game like this?
Franny's, one of our rivals, I should say, being right down there. I think a beat writer once coined the south of the border challenge or something like that. So, Coach Edwards has been there for 150 years, and he's done a great job, and they've been really good. And we've had some unbelievable battles, with the success, and they've had some great players come through. We've had some great players. They've had their ups. We've had downs, ups, downs. So, it's always an interesting and kind of exciting time to head down 95 to Old Florence.
You played some really competitive games this year. Do you get the sense that you guys are playing with that proverbial target on your back? Everyone's giving you the best shot they can give?
For sure. I mean, it comes with the success we've had. It's almost like a respect thing. They know the Braves have been, competing for championships and NCAA tournaments over the last really over a decade. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely have a target on our back, and, it usually takes a while for new guys to understand how exactly big that target is. I mean, you're not going to have many nights where people have an off night against you when you've been top 25 the last 7 years. You're going to have guys that want to play their best, that want to beat you. And I think we've seen that for sure the last couple games of guys normally, statistically looking at them, haven't exactly been setting the world on fire, and then they come in against the Braves and they turn into Michael Jordan.
When you look at Francis Marion on tape, what are some things that stand out to you?
They've got some really, really talented players. Coach Edwards brought in specifically two guys that are very, very good. I mean, they were I think two of the top three scorers in the league or something at some point. So, they've got some really talented players. I think one thing they're doing this year they didn't do last year is they're playing extremely hard. They're playing a lot more physical. They're playing very hard. He's got them playing at a very high level, energy-wise. So, and on their home floor, they're always really good. So, not only we need to match their energy level, we've got to surpass it and be the more physical team. And it's going to be a tall task with how talented and how physical they are.
They're also one of the best three-point shooting teams in the conference. How important will it be to chase them off the perimeter and not let them get those looks?
Yeah, I mean, it's, utilizing scouting report and understanding who's the best shooters and who's the best drivers. I mean, that's important going to any games, but, want to take away team strengths. And obviously Francis shoots the ball very well, and the majority of their shots come from two players, essentially two, and then, their point guard is Will Cox. They got three guys that really do a majority of the shooting, and then the other guys have done a good job kind of filling the holes and gaps with their role of, whether it's an energy guy, a rebounding guy, a defensive guy. So, yeah, I mean, taking away their strengths is always a huge part of the scouting report going to a game like this.
You mentioned two of their top scorers, Gaither being the top one, leading second in the conference in points per game. What kind of challenges can a guy like that present?
Well, he's a very energetic guy. I mean, he's got a lot of James Harden to his game. I think just watching him, he's willing to flop a little bit to get a call. He's willing to drive in there. I mean, he does some of the dirty work. He's a very flamboyant player, if you will. And we're trying to warn our guys, the way he draws fouls, the way he gets his buckets a lot of times is that flamboyancy and that energy. And we've got to make sure we're being as solid as possible and making sure we try to take him out of areas he can score. And he can score in a lot of areas.
You've talked a lot about still putting the pieces together, trying to grow as a team. What areas are you hoping to see growth in entering Wednesday's game?
I'm hoping to see a couple guys get some more confidence. I think snowball effect sometimes whenever, if the team strikes some adversity and then things don't kind of go your way, and then you kind of have a choice whether to curl up into a little fetal position or, to respond with more working hard or gaining that confidence. I think we got a couple guys, particularly new guys that have had some of this adversity and have yet to respond in a positive manner to it. And honestly, just in my experience coaching, it usually takes one game where that ball goes in the hole and they get a steal and they get that mojo going, and all of a sudden that it could affect the rest of the season. So we've got a couple guys that need to just go out there and stop thinking so dang much and just play basketball and play hard and compete. And I'm hoping, this will be the game, and if it's not the game, hope it's the next game. I mean, it's just got to click sometimes. So, they put work in. They've been getting shots outside of practice and working hard in practice. So hopefully they've certainly earned it. Now, to themselves mentally, have they earned it? Well, I hope they have.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thanks.